I'm Massimo, and this is Ushai, the path of change and transformation. There are moments when life becomes quiet, the voices of others soften, distractions dissolve, and you remain there, alone with yourself. For many, it is an uncomfortable moment. Too much silence feels frightening. Too much solitude feels like emptiness. Too much inner space becomes unfamiliar territory. But it is precisely there, in that space so simple and so fragile, that intimacy with yourself is born. It is not a romantic intimacy. It is not even a spiritual search. It is something more human. The gesture of coming closer to yourself with truth, without masks, without rushing, without wanting to be different from who you are. Intimacy with yourself is not built in a day. It does not come from big decisions. It comes from the small moments when you choose not to abandon yourself, not to betray yourself, not to ignore yourself. In the Andean tradition, it is said that each of us carries a seed behind the solar plexus, an inner place where no one can enter, where no one can decide for us, a sacred place where silent listening becomes a teacher and sincerity becomes light. And when you return there, when you sit and focus your attention on your seed, you realize you are not empty. You are full of things you had not heard, full of small pains left unfinished, full of desires never spoken, full of intuitions you had set aside, full of truths you did not dare to touch. And then, slowly, gently, you begin to look at yourself, not to judge, not to correct, but to recognize. Intimacy with yourself is this: a sincere gaze that no longer looks away, a connection with your seed of light, which contains all the potential, all the wisdom, all the creativity of your being. It is not easy, because when you come too close to yourself, you see things you have hidden for years. The fear of not being enough, the tiredness you did not want to admit, the anger you swept under the rug, the parts you considered wrong. But right there, in those imperfect parts, lies your truth. Intimacy is not perfection. It is presence. It is telling yourself, I see you, I recognize you, and I stay. And when you stay, a new dimension opens, a space where you don't have to be anything, don't have to prove anything, don't have to protect yourself from anything. It is a moment in which the heart lowers. To meet your seed, the mind sits down, the breath expands, and everything inside you finds a simpler, more ordered form. Maybe in these recent times, you have felt the need to be alone for a while, to step away from the noise, to make silence. It is not isolation. It is return. It is intimacy, and when you learn to be with yourself, truly, deeply, honestly, without hurry, life changes in quality. Because those who have intimacy with themselves no longer lose themselves in others. They do not empty out. They do not betray themselves. They do not forget themselves. They stay. And when you stay, you find yourself. To meet yourself, your inner teacher, your seed. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. From the depths of the sky, a ray of golden light descends. Receive it and let it flow down to the diaphragm, into the area behind the stomach. Feel its warmth spreading through that space from the depths of the earth. A ray of emerald green light rises. Receive it and let it travel upward until it meets the golden light in the area behind the sternum. Observe, perceive. Let the two energies meet, merge, integrate. Ask yourself to feel the presence of your seed. Welcome what arises, a sensation, a movement, an image. When you perceive it, you have found your seed. And from now on, simply returning to the memory of that perception will allow you to reconnect quickly with your inner place. This helps you center yourself, reach the depths of your being, begin your inner dialogue, and rediscover the natural order of your essence. Take a deep breath. If these words open a space in your heart, share them with those you feel part of your journey. Goodbye. See you next episode. I'm Massimo, and this is Ushai, the path of change and transformation.